So the strangest thing happened last night. Actually, it was in the morning. It was early in the morning, about 1 a.m. So I sleep with the fan on, you know, white noise and all that helps me sleep. But I woke up because the fan had turned off. And I noticed that the clock was off and the radio was off. I slept with the radio on too. But I realized that the power was out. But I looked over to our neighbor's house over there and I saw that their light was on. So I knew that it was only our power that had gone out. But as I got up and sat at the edge of my bed, I saw a car coming from this direction. And as it drove on by here, I heard this crash, like a combination of wood and metal, just as it passed by right here. It's like, and then it continued on here, and then I heard this brief, and then the car came on speeding back and stopped about here, and then I heard a guy get out, and I heard him like walking around out here. I saw him go over here at one point and throw something into the bushes that sounded like metal, but it sounded like he was picking up something, and I didn't know what. I was also still kind of baffled at why the power was out. But then a strange thing happened. The guy got back in the car, and there was a long silence of just nothing. I'm pretty sure he was calling 911 or something, or the electric company or something. And then he drove just a little bit and turned around and parked on the other side of the road. And then eventually an EMS vehicle arrived, and then a sheriff vehicle arrived, and then another police car arrived and parked all along here with lights flashing. And I heard barking, like ferocious barking, like they had a canine unit or something out. And then a fire engine arrived and parked right here, and then a huge spotlight illuminated the area, and then another fire engine pulled right up along here and parked on this side, and then there was a Ford Transit EMS that came and parked somewhere with all the other vehicles amidst all the lights, and then finally a last police car came, and it was just, you know, bedlam. I had no idea what happened. But then finally a trooper came down a driveway, which he had a long way to go. He just walked. But I mean, he could have drove down here, but you know, it was his decision. We have a pretty long driveway. He walked down and knocked on the door really roughly, and then Mom answered and got the scoop. He gave the accident report and everything. It turns out a guy allegedly was falling asleep, and he hit the power line pole as well as our mailbox. He smashed our mailbox, and I guess his car was pretty beaten up. In the end, it got towed away. But the weird thing was, the power had gone out like 5 to 10 minutes before the accident. Recall, I woke up and then I saw the car coming, and that was like 5 to 10 minutes after I woke up that the car came. So now I'm not really sure what happened with the power, and if that was a whole different situation than the mailbox thing. I'm not sure, but the report was that the guy hit the power line pole, which is on the other side of the ditch. I don't know how the car would have got over there. He would have had to crash over the ditch and hit that, but the car just went on smoothly. I don't think it would have hit that. So the mystery as to why the power went out still remains, and I'm not sure what happened. But what I do know is he did hit the mailbox, which was supposed to be right about there somewhere, and is now a pile of debris right here. Now I can see some debris right there behind the pole, which is probably what I heard the guy throwing into the bushes. And then all along here, there's little pieces of debris everywhere, like shards of plastic. Over here, it looks like there's a couple of bottles, trash, and stuff, but there's like plastic. And I have no idea what this is all about. Looks just like they collected litter and put it right here. I have no idea why. But anyway, here's the mailbox. Not so bad. Oh, look at that. Torn completely out of the ground. Well, then here's the post. Oh! There used to be an orange slow vehicle triangle on this part so people can see the mailbox to prevent them from hitting it, but that's gone now. It was like right on an extension here. This plastic one, of course, is okay, but oh, look at this one. Wow, that is just collapsing. Look at the back, it's like coming off. Oh man. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. We're gonna have to get a new mailbox, except the newspaper one looks pretty good still. But we're gonna have to get a new mailbox. What a dilemma. So I guess maybe they just took the broken mailbox and chucked it over here, not knowing what to do with it. And then I guess the electric company came later in the morning and assessed the situation, looked at the pole and everything, and Mom drove out here to the end of the driveway, and they were like looking things over, and she told them that our power was out, and they were like, oh, what? It is? They were like surprised, and they said they were about to leave. So they didn't know that our power was out. They thought the pole was fine. But at least Mom told them, because a little bit later the power came back on, and so I got to hear my morning show on the radio. So I just walked a little ways down here and found this basketball. I'm pretty sure this is ours, but I'm not sure what it's doing in the gutter here. And then here's this car part here. Now this part looks to me to be part of a roof rack of a car. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like a roof rack for like a cargo carrier, which suggests that the damage was far more extensive than I thought at the start. What it is doing on this side of the street, I don't know. The vehicle was driving this way when it hit the mailbox, so I don't know why this is over here. It flew over here. I don't know. I don't know how it came off the roof, if it is a roof rack. Now there are a bunch of bottles over there, like litter, along with debris. I don't know if that's just litter or that was part of the accident. When I go out to get the mail, I was always afraid of somebody coming by and veering off the road and hitting the mailbox as well as me. And I guess it finally happened, but thank God nobody was out here getting the mail. Now I wish we could just put a new mailbox on this side of the street so we don't have to walk over there, if that was legal, but I think it has to be on that side because the mail truck only comes this way. Alright, so I walked a little further on down the road here and came upon this strange ball. It looks like some kind of emoji, but I've never seen this before. Just two eyes and a nose, and there's no mouth here. But this, I'm pretty sure, is not ours. It's probably just litter. Oh, you know, claim it. I don't know. But that's weird. Now, I'm still not sure as to how the power went out, because the car obviously just hit the mailbox. I'm not sure if that was a different happening. It seems like it would be part of this accident, not just some kind of crazy coincidence, because none of the vehicles would have arrived, because every one of those vehicles that came were for the power line and not the mailbox. But still, the mystery remains of how the power went out. Also found this part of a window with the sticker on it, and I've been trying to read that through the broken glass. The sticker kept all of the shards of glass together. It says something like Labor Omnia Vincent or something. Then it says Carpenters Local Union. Some other, oh, Niagara something, oh, Buffalo Niagara something. But anyway, I gotta keep all this stuff here because the insurance company's gonna come. Cars are always veering off the road here. No wonder that guy hit the mailbox. And here's what appears to be a windshield wiper with part of the windshield still on it. So I guess he broke the window too. And that's where that sticker came from. Just gonna put this with the rest of the stuff so the insurance company can find it on here. Bunch of miscellaneous shards of plastic by strange emoji ball. Just one of the many accidents that happen here on Wrecksite Road. To see another one, link up there. And just to let you know, no one was injured in this accident. Well, actually, I bet the guy was injured. I mean, it's a pretty bad accident. His car is pretty torn up. The important thing is nobody died in this accident. And I guess the vehicle was like hauling a bunch of balls, that basketball and the emoji ball, and there's a football across the road too. And I guess maybe all of those bottles were from the car too. Now I'm actually going to cross the road to check out this stuff over here, but you got to be really careful on this road because it is extremely busy. Alright, coast is clear. Okay, now here are a couple of plastic bottles, and these actually did come from the wreck. Glass. Thing of crisp apple hard cider. Oh man. And more bottles. Debris just here and there. And here's a oil funnel. Pretty useful. This part is pretty big. And this, quarter to add to my collection. I collect coins, so I'll just add this to the collection. I kind of recognize it, but I don't believe I have this one yet. Now, this is pretty funny. Is this a balloon inflator? That's pretty odd. Pretty good condition, but it doesn't have the nose. I see now. This is a ball inflator. Oops, lost it. This is a ball inflator, and it's missing the needle, but he probably used this to blow up the basketball and the football and the like. So that's pretty funny. This guy is really into sports because he has football, the basketball. He found a golf ball too, and then there was a Bills pin right here. It's kind of funny because I found a Chinese fortune thing that comes out of the fortune cookie, which is funny because I collect Chinese fortunes as well as golf balls. So, you know, added it to the collection, why not? And not to mention that quarter. I guess the insurance company gave up on it and they're not going to come, so all this stuff is just going to lie here. No one's going to take it. Of course we're going to clean it up, but no one's going to come to get any of this. And a gross cigarette lighter adapter. The really disgusting thing is that everything is covered in noodles. Oh, a sock? Come on, seriously. There's a big pile of glass here, and this guy was having a feast of noodles, and actually I thought that was a salad bowl first before I saw all these noodles. And here's a couple CDs. What is this? Hail to the King. Oh, these look good.
And guess what? It's filled of noodles.
Ugh, noodle everywhere. I'm not sure how everything just all got dumped out right in this one area. Oh, there's actually a bug here that's really annoying me, but that's besides the point. I'm not sure how everything got, you know, poured out in this one area, and actually it's way more damage than I thought, because over here we have the mirror, and then there are various sections of the headlights. Here's the mirror. You can see all the internal components there. And then there's a bunch of things here, and this is the motor to the mirror. It goes on right there. Man, quite the damage here. And here's the cover to the mirror and the back of it. This is like the whole mirror right here, just in pieces. So I guess he was just enjoying a big feast of noodles that he probably got somewhere that's not Chinese food, but I'm guessing it came with the fortune cookie that had that Chinese fortune in it. But it looked like he was having a feast. There's a drink top too. Maybe he was eating while driving and that's how he crashed. I don't know. But I don't know what these are, but it looks like tip plates or something. Where you would put a gratuity. Oh no, I don't know. This is. Oh, it looks like you just got it at a store. It has a price tag on it. I don't know what it is though. I'm not sure what this mess is here. It's just a big clump of dirt with tire tracks in it. Weird. Alright, we have these lights which look like parts of the tail light somehow. I'm not sure how anything came off the back or even the roof for that matter. And then here's this carpet section, and then there's more glass. Here's a reflector. More shards. Lots of shards. Here's a signal light, and then here's the main headlight, which also can be used to determine what kind of car it was, but, you know, not really good with headlights. And then here's another, oh! Alright, here we go, Chevy. Okay, that answers my question. That was kind of weird, because it just gave the answer, but here's Chevy headlight parts. And then we got this, and here's the whole system. I'm not sure where the signal light goes though. What's really strange is it seems that he had a trailer or something. He didn't. I know he didn't, but there's a reflector here and a reflector over there that looked like they came off of a trailer. Here's some little electronic gadget thing. Here's a bunch of terrestrial damage here. Here's another section of the light. Oh wow, this looks, oh, this is another part to the rack. If that was the rack over there, correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like the other side of the roof rack. There's actually way more stuff here than I thought at first. Wow, that is a big receipt. Wow. And then we have yellow super weather strip and gasket adhesive. Now the funny thing was, I found this pretty funny, the Chinese fortune paper that I mentioned earlier, the fortune was, humor always works in a time of awkwardness. And I found that pretty funny because I just imagine like the guy cracking jokes while he was watching his car being towed away, like being really facetious. Now we assembled part of the headlight of this Chevy car. That's funny. And then we have this. I'm not sure if this is off a hubcap or something. Now I found this a big shock when I observed the pole over here and the extent of the damage. I had no idea how it was, but it came to me as a shock when I actually found out what happened. Wow, we got a blown bulb here. Okay, but that's not the point. Here is the pole, and there is actually very extensive damage here. Lots of it was ripped out, and then you can actually see it like scratch right off, and then here's the chunk that came out of there. But so now it's obvious that he did hit the pole and must have jostled our transformer, which did something to our line. But wow, I didn't expect that. So well, that solves the mystery. He did hit the pole, and now I know how he got on the other side of the ditch to hit the pole, and I'll show you that in a little while. This looks like a huge chunk of bumper maybe, and I think this is what I heard him throw into the bushes, and some kind of belt or seal or something here. Bunch of wood from this. That's crazy. And what? Oh, is this even a part of something? I don't know if this is a part of the car that got stuck on there, but whatever. It actually almost looks like this is part of the fender. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Some kind of side panel. And here is, I thought it was a receipt. It's like a popsicle wrapper. Man, that guy had lots of food in his car when this happened. He also completely tore down this sign, which was somewhere around here, for this property that's for sale across here. And there's actually the frame to that sign. And there is the base from which the mailbox was torn. Now, I didn't know exactly where the mailbox was, because I don't pay attention to that, but now, see that's straight across from the driveway. Now, here's the thing. This was a big surprise to me. I don't know if you can see it, but there are tire tracks that veer off the road right there. Like, right at an angle, and then go right over the ditch and come up and ride just along this part here. And then the tire tracks just tear out this whole section of rock here and come along, just driving right here on the side of the road, and then tear across here, and then there you go. Wow, that would be a big bump for him. I don't know, but then it goes right there, and then he scuffed the pole here and just went along here, cruising. And then actually, wow, I didn't know the mailbox was that far away from the pole. But then when he finally got to here, he was still on the side of the road and wiped that out. Wow, he went a long way. Like the whole car was just cruising completely on the side of the road. You've got tire tracks past the pole. Whoa. Okay, he just slipped into the gutter. Okay, then you got them tearing across this drive. Wow, how did, like, the car, like, drove, the left tire just drove right here and then somehow got up that. That must have been a big jostle. And this was actually a surprise to me that he was off the road at all, because I didn't notice any roughness in his driving. I thought he actually passed pretty smoothly, and I did not even notice that he was off the road at all, which is weird. Like, he just passed smoothly by, and then I hear that crash, and I didn't see anything abnormal in his driving. But here's the tracks, and then finally they veer up back onto the road over here. So I don't know how he came off the road, but once he did, drove right along here, bumped down halfway, and then finally passed completely across the gutter, and was just driving along here on the embankment, and then over here somehow tore up there. That must have been a big jostle, and then went over here, and then I guess the tire probably plunged down into there, and then for some reason he was still driving on the side of the road here, busted the pole, and then you know what happened, ditto. It's still kind of weird how he just came off the road like that. Allegedly he was falling asleep or something, so that would explain that, but man. Now the mystery is, when did he get back onto the road? I see this might be the right tire mark. That is gross. A big meal. And then it looks like it's probably drifting back on the right track. I don't think that's actually the tire mark anymore, that's just the gutter. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like drifted nicely back on and then turned around and somewhere over there. It's weird. Maybe he was drinking too much hard cider, I don't know. But let me get back across here. It's so busy all the time. Every second there's a car. So there's the assembly of the Chevy Light, and I actually might know where to find this car. I know a place down in the village where they tow cars that crash in this area. Alright, let's go. Okay. So we just cruised along there, went off the road right there, kept going, dug up that, hit the pole, hit the mailbox, and eventually got back onto the road. Those are the kind of things that you should expect when you're living right here on good old wreck site road, which is what I dubbed this road, because we had numerous accidents out front. We had an ATV accident not too long ago over there. Then we had a minivan off the road right here, like completely turned this way in the ditch. And then we had a Subaru over here in the ditch over there, and that was in pretty rough shape. Not too bad, but rough shape, and the person actually did get transported in an ambulance. So again, watch that video here. And don't worry, actually, there's nothing graphic in that video. It's just showing them towing the car out of the ditch and everything. And then finally we had this accident where our entire mailbox was wiped out. And I'm actually quite glad to say that we found the slow vehicle sign in the bushes that came completely off that part, tore free. Wow. So in the end, the insurance company didn't actually show up, and no one's actually gonna clean up this stuff, and the guy's not gonna get the stuff back, so we get to keep the emoji ball. And now we have a nice, good working ball pump, and we actually fastened it with a needle, so it's all in working condition. So actually the needle was in this part as they are down there, which is pretty good. So nice. And if anything happens to this, we can blow it up. But we never solved the mystery as to how the power went out before the accident. But hey, I get to play my keyboard again since the power's back on. Anyway, make sure to have a sub, comment, and like if you did enjoy. And I'll see you later. Peace out.